Welcome, 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 everybody, to another edition of The Seer and the Scholar. With me always is Rescue Media Melinda. I am Rob Yox. Today we have an amazing guest for you. First and foremost, we are here to spark your soul, which is Melinda's job, and to spark your mind, which is my job. And if everybody has noticed lately, we've had quite the all-stars on the show of the paranormal, and tonight is no different. And one of the upkeeping trends that we so love on this is that these are people who were affected by paranormal, but now affect the paranormal, if you understand what I mean by that. So tonight we have George Schopplein, and I'm going to read you a little bit about George, and he has quite the career going right now. So George Schopplein has been actively investigating the paranormal for over 10 years. He has had a revolving door of paranormal activity in his home for many years and learned how to effectively help the spirits that sought him out. George is clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, and claircognizant. He has had these abilities since childhood but ignored them. As an adult, he had a near-death experience, which is also known as an NDE, and it awoke and enhanced his abilities. Today, he continues to hone his abilities and can obtain amazing results. He is also a huge believer in para-unity and positivity. You may also have seen George on Ghost Adventures. He was on the Kennedy Mine episode. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce George. George, thank you so much for coming on. How are you, my friend?
Oh my God. I'm on. This is not fake. I am excited to be here. I watch you guys on a weekly, daily, whenever I get to see you. You guys are a great bunch of people that are doing it right. And as a paranormal investigator, thank you for doing it right for us, representing the paranormal. And I'm happy to be here, man. Happy.
Thank you, George. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. I'm sure Melinda has a few things to say as well. Go ahead, Melinda.
Yeah, I just want to say that George has been a friend of mine for quite some time, him and his wife, Kara, and I adore them. And thank you for coming on, George.
I'm excited. Like I said, the only thing I was kind of, you guys had me in that green room. I did suggest blue M&Ms, some cold Mountain Dews, and all I saw was scattered colors of M&Ms and no Mountain Dew. So we'll talk about that next time when I come back for y'all.
You got it, bud. The digital green room is crazy. I'll tell you that.
Oh
much.
man,
not too much to pick off of. You know what I mean? There's not too many tables in there, but
no, you got to.
Awesome.
You know what? We got to have fun. That's one thing. I try to do whatever I can to do to talk to people like now. And I'm not going to interrupt you. This is your gig, your show. But it's one thing if we all could just have fun at whatever we do, whatever it is, paranormal investigating or just meeting new people. Have fun. Don't stress out about it. Just relax, breathe, and whatever happens. It's already written. It's already there, man.
Absolutely, George. And this is like a conversation. We're not going to make it like the usual batten down the hatches interview. We're just going to have a conversation so everybody can hear what we're talking about. And we'll just be cognizant that there are people listening. And, after that, it's going to be an amazing time. So the first question I have for you, George, is what I like to do every time somebody comes on is take us back to that very moment that got you interested in the paranormal. Was it some type of research? Was it an incident? Was it tell us about how you got into this field.
No problem. And I know some people have heard this probably 100 times. I do talk a lot, and the story will never change. But the one thing, it all started beginning as we were children with Scooby-Doo. Okay, let's keep it real. We all watched Scooby-Doo. We all wanted to oh my gosh, this is a great 30 minutes of they investigated and they found out it was somebody hiding underneath the sheet. Fine. Now it got real. So what happened to me, and I'll try to put it in a nutshell, man. I'm a 55-year-old man. I'm 55 years old. I was diagnosed with cancer roughly about maybe 19 years ago. And during that time, I ended up going through cancer, going through radiation, going through, I had a couple of grand mal seizures. And what happened to me in a total nutshell is I remember as a child, I used to see things. I was brought up in a Catholic family. I came from a family of, we believed in the paranormal. And I used to see things, but I really just kept it to myself. It wasn't nothing crazy. I have no validation, guys. You can only either believe me or you don't. So what happened was the light switch went off for a very long time. And what really started back up was when I went through cancer, I went through radiation, I had a few grand mal seizures. And during that time, it opened something up 19 years ago. It kind of lit the flame again, and it just brought everything to light. I was seeing things, smelling things, hearing things. all these things that I didn't know what the terminology would be. I was just seeing things, and I had to keep it to myself because I didn't want to sound crazy. I didn't want people to think I was weird. I didn't want people. I didn't know too much about the paranormal 19 years ago. Paranormal to me was watching a scary show and watching whatever it may be. And what happened was, if I may, and I'll drag it on forever, and I apologize, is what I went through opened something up. And you know what? During when you have grand mal seizures, and I've talked to a few people, grand mal seizures are something that happens up to your brain, and it's like electricity, I guess. And they never will ever to explain what a grand mal seizure does or why it does, but it happened to me. And since that day, what happened was I just started seeing things. And I'm not saying that I'm like the guru of paranormal investigating. It is a light switch. It doesn't always happen, but when it does happen, and if you're in the right mindset and you're with the right people, you just start seeing things are just like unexplainable. And you know what? I'm not trying to say that. I am not saying that I see all the time, or I'm a great paranormal investigator. There's no word for great. I'm a student, and every day I'm a student in the paranormal field. And how I got started was ending up getting cancer, ending up getting grand mal seizures, ending up going through radiation, ending up trying to commit suicide a couple of times because I was told I had cancer. I was given 1 year to live. 1 year. They said that, you know what, the cancer hit your glands. It might not. It might have gone through your body. We don't know. And the only way we're going to know is a year from now where you're at. And that's not drama. It's not a Hallmark card. But the doctors were wrong. And 19 years later, I'm still here. I'm cancer free. Whatever happened, happened. It's gone. And thank God that the suicide thing that I don't recommend at all is because the doctor told me I had a year to live. I was scared. I was scared to die. I was afraid. And I'm glad it didn't happen. And I know I dragged this on, but it's real talk. This is real talk. And to this day, now I'm a paranormal investigator. I'm a blue collar man, and I do whatever I can do to make someone understand that don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Just, give it everything you got. And if you're here for a reason, you're here for a reason.
That's a touching story, George, for sure. And, it lets people know that, that when we move forward from these times in our life, which is why I also have the marquee, it says, never look back.
Yeah.
That happens everything happens for a reason. And it showed you a way to hone your craft into the next level of your life. And, you were given a greater purpose and you moved on from that. And it's so amazing to hear that story. And there's so much hope in that story too. While there were dark times, you still, the whole moral of the story is, even every time you get knocked down, you got to pick yourself back up and move forward. And that's
Absolutely.
so important,
No,
But
I agree with you. And again, I'm a talker, so I'm not here to step on your toes. I'm not here to, talk too much over you. But, I do believe that, everybody's here for a reason, not just myself. I do believe that we all have a gift. I think we're all born with abilities. It's just a matter of, I don't know, not being afraid of them. Because there's people walking around that have no idea that they have abilities, and they see a shadow to the right or to the left. They're walking down the street and they see something, but they're afraid, or they don't really think about it. They just keep on walking. So I do believe some people are born. I do believe everybody is born with abilities. I just feel that some people are able to not be afraid of it, and they try to figure out why and what did I just see. And that's who we are. That's who you are. That's who Melinda is. That's who I am. I want to know why I just saw what I saw. And I love paranormal investigating. It gives me hope. And it gives, if someone, I'm taking this to a different level, but I want it to be, I'm giving up this stage to talk to you. And I want someone to hear this. If you're told that you have, and I hate the word cancer, I'm sorry, and I'll let it rest, is if someone tells you that you have cancer, please don't give up. But you know what? The fact is, just think about this is, if you do, just remember that you have people that are there that have been through it before, and we will get you through it. So I want to be able to paranormal investigate, show people that there is something else on the other side of the veil. Don't be afraid if you're going to die, because there is something on the other side of the veil. And that's why to this day, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid if it's my time, because I know for a fact, after thousands or hundreds and hundreds of hours of EVPs, or just having great evidence, that there is something after we leave here. And I know when to shut up, so I'm going to touch my nose. That'll shut me up.
Okay, George. Now I have to agree with you totally because I went through the same kind of thing when I was 19, and I passed, and I was gone for 10 minutes, and then later on in life, I got leukemia, and I have went into remission 3 times with the leukemia. So I know exactly what you're saying, and there is life on the other side. It's just a different form.
It's a different form of life. And, you know, everything that we say, and everybody that's listening, or us right here, is perfectly fine with me. It's all our opinions. We're hoping that's what it means. But you know what? I think what we're always afraid of is the fact that we're going to miss our friends. I'm going to miss my wife. I'm going to miss you. I'm going to miss all these people that I've grown with. But there's more people and more people that I need to meet and make a difference. And if it's here or on the other side of the veil, so be it. I'm not through. And that's why I'm here today. And I'm going to take tonight I want people to hear me tonight. I'm going to use my voice tonight and make sure that you guys understand that, you know, I'm privileged to be here, but I want people to hear my voice to let them know that why I'm a paranormal investigator. And I'm not just a person that wants to get you through your day on being like, you know, motivating you. I want to motivate you. I want you to understand why I'm still here. And so I guess I don't want to just be known as a motivator, but I want to also be known as a paranormal investigator, you know, and a good person, most important. So.
Well, you know, George, you are. And I was just going to get ready and talk about the positive videos that you put out there. I love them. I have to make sure I watch every one of them. And in the way you do about para-unity, I know there's been a lot of things going on, but you are the one that I have seen that has kept true to the para-unity.
I appreciate that, you know, and again, and every time you say something, Melinda, I get a little form of a tear in my eye, because as long as it's somebody important in my life sees what I'm trying to do, it means I'm doing my job, you know. And as paranormal investigator, we have to really realize that we have a job. It's not about sometimes getting evidence. It's about making new friendships and giving somebody, you know, hope and belief, and to believe in something that we have here is not just ending here. There's more on the other side. Now, I do talk a lot, man. And, you know, a lot of people tell me, don't talk about your cancer so much. Don't talk about this. But, you know, it's being a paranormal investigator. You just need to be true to everybody. And when it comes to para-unity, it's either you believe in it or you don't. And I'm not going to judge you. What I do believe in right now, what we all need right now, is unity. Unity is what we need right now. We're divided. And as paranormal investigators, I wish people would just wake up and say, you know what? I'm going to stop being so always about me. Let's all work together. You know, we all get the same evidence over and over again. We get the same EVPs. It's the same stuff. We all get the same exact evidence. It doesn't change. So there is nobody out there better than anybody. That's why I always make sure everybody seems to say, you know, squash your ego. You know what? We're all equal. We're all students. And let's all be a student together and work together. And then after we graduate, let's have some fun.
I totally agree with that, George. And the funny thing is that we're all trying to find answers to these questions.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes by keeping that open mind and that united front, your dots might coincide with somebody else's dots that gives you that answer that you're looking for. But if your head is too big to realize what's going on, or to even take in what those people are saying, therefore you're defeating your you know, it's like to cut your nose off to spite your face.
Exactly.
As they say.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely. And I said something before we went live, is the fact I find you to be such an intelligent man. Now, you know, the way you talk is so refreshing. And I mean that. I talk to a lot of people, and you're a very intelligent, my gosh, you're just easy to listen to, bro. I just want to, you know, this is just you and me just talking. This is it.
I appreciate that, man, more than anything. You know, I love doing this, and I love to communicate to people in that fact, you know. And sometimes when somebody says something, if I take it and I kind of switch it around, I feel like maybe other people will get it too. Because when I listen to people when they talk, there's that profound moment where they say something in my head, and all of a sudden it just sparks this, you know, this river of thoughts that ends up being research. And you know, there's always, and I try and have that impact on people the way that they have that impact on me. I try to give back to those who gave to me like that, you know. So that's how I feel with that. But I appreciate what you're saying, man. I think that I'm a fan of yours. So for you to say that about me is truly amazing. I appreciate that more than you know, more than
Absolutely.
you know.
Hey, no worries, man. I'm telling you the truth. You're great. Seriously. And I know we're talking about anything we want to. Not, I'll talk about anything. This is your gig, but the one thing that's really disturbing me right now in the paranormal. I love the paranormal. I love the people I've run into. Is we're all forgetting where we all started, and what I mean by that is I'm seeing a lot of good new people in the paranormal. And I think a lot of people, including myself, have to remember we were in their shoes at one time before. We got excited about orbs. When we saw an orb, we'd be like, oh my God, I got an orb. Guys, we can't forget that we were there too. So instead of maybe saying, oh, that's not an orb, or saying that's this or that, just say, look, that could be an orb. I wasn't there, but let them be excited for that amount of time because they're just learning what we've learned in the years we've been doing this. And I guess I just want people to have fun again in the paranormal and not, just have fun. And remember when we got our first orb, or remember when you screamed like a girl, or, I scream like a girl all the time, man. But, it's just, I guess I'm just seeing the paranormal field really take a couple of steps back right now. And I'm sorry to say that, and I'm just to the point where, hey guys, you know what? We're all green. We're still green. And as long as you keep on saying that you're a student in the paranormal, it's okay. It doesn't take anything away from you. Just remember who you are, and remember that each time you wake up in the morning, man, everything starts with you. It's up to you if you want to be in a bad mood. It's up to you if you want to be mean to people, or it's up to you if you want to be nice to everybody you meet. And that's just it, man. I'm a Hallmark card on 2 feet. I'll tell you exactly how it is.
That's just it. Deepak Chopra always says, he says, if you, whatever you put out, you get back. So
Yeah.
if you start your day on a great note, hopefully the rest of your day will coincide with that. And I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, man.
Absolutely.
But I talk a lot, so I'll shut up.
Listen, this is your place to just do that. Just go off and talk about anything you want to talk about. This is an open forum, and we
Right.
love it, George. I mean, I think it's amazing. I love talking about this stuff because I understand what you mean. Like, I am still somewhat green in this. I haven't been doing it for very long. And it's actually Melinda who got me into this more than not because, when me and Melinda met, she was doing readings and I saw her. I said, I got to talk to this lady. I was intrigued by her ability. And then from there, we formed this bond and a connection that, right now we're in a paranormal team, and that's what we work towards. But she has introduced me to so many different people in the paranormal that I just get to take in all this information. And it's incredible. It's incredible. And then I get to pick the brains of all these top level people, especially on this show. She brings the people in and I'm just like, wow, these people are awesome. It's all been all stars, including yourself. So I get like the best of with doing this show.
Right.
I take a lot away as well. It's truly incredible. It's for me, it's something totally different because the other shows that I do, it's not 2 people, it's 1. And then there's an interview and there's my information and their information. Now I get to bounce things off of her, and we talk a lot too. So it's not just on the microphones; it's off the microphones too. And I truly, I appreciate her too. She's truly introduced me to this community that's so amazing, and I'm totally into the para unity. I think we should all be there for each other because we're all experiencing the same things. Therefore, we're all working towards one goal, and that's when you put your ego aside is when you really get to motivate others to move on that goal, and so we can all work together and we can all get something out of it, not step on heads and move, and you know what I mean. I find that to be like the corporate world, which is extremely cutthroat, and the whole thing about doing this as work is when you enjoy what you do, you never work a day in your life. So this is what we do.
Absolutely. I mean, what's the best? I mean, like you said, what's the great, like Melinda, let's use Melinda for a minute. This is where I'm such, this is not an interview because, I don't believe in it. I am just as equal as anybody here. But let's take Melinda, for instance. Melinda is this well-balanced. She is so gifted. She's spot on everything when she reads me. She knows what she's doing. What I love about Melinda doesn't throw up this bells and whistles stuff where it's like this, I don't know. She's just Melinda. It's just Melinda, and that's it, and she doesn't try to make it bigger than what it is. Melinda doesn't sit in front of a crystal ball and says, well, let me see what I see. No, Melinda sits there and she tells you what she feels, and I'm not saying I hate this. She's freaking like 99.9% spot on
All the time.
all
All
the
the
time.
time. For me,
All the
all
time.
the time. She's never
All the
missed
time.
anything. Not a beat.
No,
Not a beat.
no, man. And that's the whole thing. And, and that's when it comes to paranormal investigators, you guys. I've said this 100 times. It doesn't matter if you it doesn't take, a black shirt, black hat, black clothes, and oh my God, you look like a paranormal investigator. I don't care if you go there buck naked. It all starts with your heart. If you go into an investigation that you're there to do something that's good, not bad, it's kind of like you and me. Right now, we're chopping it up, having a good time. We would get along just perfectly, but it's the same thing with the spirit world. If you go into an investigation and you're just like, hey guys, what's your name? I'm just here to be on your, I'm trying to get your first name. How are you? And bring a toy for the child or bring something, a gift. They sense that, people. They sense it. And you know what? That's where I'm at these days is I'm really, really finding a different paranormal investigator inside me, instead of just going there to like stir it up or whatever. So, I guess my point is it doesn't, it all starts with your heart. I don't care what clothes you wear. When a black shirt like they do on TV, that's TV. Go there with your right mindset, investigate. And the most important thing is have fun. Have fun while you investigate. It's just like going bowling. There's a little bit of it. Just go have fun, man.
I'd be lighthearted in the moment because they sense that is what you mean. And I get that.
Absolutely.
Be lighthearted.
Right.
I think we have some callers coming in. I think some people want to ask you questions, George. You ready?
Oh, good.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, man. We have a 931 number. How are you? Say hello.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for letting me join.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Doing fine, thank you.
George, I wanted to take a moment and say thank you. I watched one of your motivational videos yesterday, and I did what you said and repeated that I love my life repeatedly over and over to myself. I believed it and had the best news this morning I've had in a very long time.
Oh my God! You just okay. So you did no. You just gave me chills, and I'm not just saying that. That makes me feel so good inside. Thank you for doing that. It works. I mean, it works. If you just look in the mirror and just tell yourself, I love you, I love you, I love you. You know what? You need to love yourself first before you can love the day that you're going to provide for the rest of the day. And you know what? I'm so happy that you had a great day. I really am.
A friend of mine once told me your subconscious does not know the difference between the truth and a lie. And I truly believe that she was right and you were right. I wanted to ask you, is it okay if I say I love my life? I just don't like it right now.
You're allowed to say, you're allowed to say that because you know what? Right now, I love my life, but I don't like what we're all dealing with right now with the virus. How's that sound?
That's much better.
Yeah.
And coming from a hospital employee, I truly mean that.
No, well, thank you for everything you do, and I'm glad that you're happy, and thanks for calling.
Oh, thank you so much, and I do hope you all have a wonderful holiday season. Melinda, I would like to thank you for such an amazing show. Rob,
thank you.
And I hope you all have a very blessed evening.
You too. Thank
you.
You too. God bless you.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Oh my God.
George,
wow.
I told you your positive things that you put out there, it really has an effect on people. It really does.
It does. Oh, I've listened to them too, George. They've helped me too. I mean, we were speaking about it. It definitely does, man. And it helps people in the sense that they don't have to be where they are. You're showing them different. And that's so incredible. It helps them on not just an emotional level, but you drop their stress levels and it helps them on a physical level. You're doing the work of many hats right now, man. It's truly awesome. It's truly awesome.
I don't know what I'm I'm just so like, what are you guys saying? I'm just doing what I feel that I want to be. I just want people to be happy. And for that lady to come on and say what she just said, man, it's just right here. This is not fake. This is,
it's a powerful thing, man. It's a powerful thing.
I'm just trying my best to just let people know that, not everybody's against them. I'm here. You know,
Well, this is the validation that you're succeeding, you know?
wow,
You're succeeding in doing that, bro. And that's truly an amazing thing.
wow.
It's selfless and it helps people on so many different levels that you may not even realize, you know?
No, I don't realize it till, I mean, honestly, I do get people that hate me. You know, each morning I wake up to two or three, you know, I hate the word haters, but I get a few people that I don't hate them back. They're just right now lost. And one day they'll wake up and they'll know that I'm there for them. But you know, it to hear that young lady just call in right now, I'm serious. It hit so hard because I woke up today so depressed. I woke up so depressed today because I think we're all dealing with this 2020, and we just lost Thanksgiving, and we just lost, you know, people and etc. I don't want to get hallmarky on y'all, but you know, I woke up really depressed today because of this whole thing. It's called the COVID depression, and I needed that. What she just said, I needed that because I feel like, okay, you know what, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. So
There's no such thing as coincidence either. You know what I mean?
no, no,
So
absolutely not. No,
I
no,
think we
absolutely.
actually have another caller too. Let's admit them and see what's going on.
Yes, sir.
760.
Oh, hey, Rob.
Hi, what's going on?
Oh, nothing. I was just calling in for the show.
Yes, you're on live right now.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Okay. Hold on one second. Let me just mute this because I'm hearing the talk. Sorry about that.
That's okay.
So I just wanted to basically say that, yeah, a couple of things. Every guest that you guys have on is so positive and so authentic. And I find it refreshing because I think that the old group of paranormal investigators used to be a bit more into image. And I don't think that's the case anymore. And this guy is so sweet and so sincere. And he's like in tears with this woman's comment. It's just a really moving thing. And I wanted to just call in and tell him he's not alone. Like the people who, you know, bothered to make a point of trying to be positive and do their work. Like I know you do, Rob. You're very funny, but you have this historical perspective. And then Melinda's got the whole seer perspective.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we all try to do our thing. And then there's a bunch of people who always give us hate. And it's very discouraging. And I just wanted to tell him that basically, you know, I understand too. I do the same thing. I try to do a positive thing. I do readers. I try to be myself and nothing else. And just keep doing what you're doing because it's wonderful. And I think that this particular show has really great guests. I mean, I've watched a couple of your shows. They're really great. I just wanted to, you know, give you guys a big thumbs up.
That's awesome.
Thank you
so much. Thank you for calling. No, and to hear her say what she just said, I mean, it's just, you know, she's right though. Everybody, and I'm not saying everybody, and I don't have all the right answers. I'm not even looking for answers, but she's spot on. People just are afraid to just be themselves and cry or just, you know, we're all dealing with exactly the same thing. You know, it's one thing we're gonna have in common in 2020, everybody. We're all dealing with, losing, we lost 8 months of our lives. And when this all jumps off and stops, we're all going to say, oh my God, I'm not going to take my life for granted anymore. And, you know, your words, young lady, seriously, outside of being a paranormal investigator, I can't stress enough that, you know, thank you. I don't know how else to say it.
You're welcome. I mean, you have a great story, and the fact that you're dealing with cancer, I mean, I totally can relate. I don't know how you ever got started in this because I don't know enough about you.
Sure.
But to me, it's just, there's so many of us who deal with this side. Like I'm a reader as well. I know Melinda from personally, and some of us are dealing with health issues, and it just makes it that much harder.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a real battle just to stay positive, do your work, and then, you know, really be a model of a good person in action. And it sounds like that's what you're doing, and it sounds like you're really touching lots of people. So, you know, good for you. I mean, I think it's wonderful.
Well, thank you so much. Really, my words will not be strong enough on how much I'm thankful to have you here tonight. So thank you.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me on.
Thank you for calling in. It was great to hear from you.
Wow. You know, I'm just
all right. Talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye. All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.
Hey guys, this is overwhelming, man.
Well, George, I've got something I've got to tell you.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's going to top this off. Okay, I have been working for the past 3 days with law enforcement on a murder case.
Yes, ma'am.
And so they connected me to the family, and the family's very distraught because it was a very young teenager. Mm-hmm. And the mother was just beside herself. and she just could not cope. I sent her like 3 of your videos, told her to watch it. She contacted me back and said, now I'm in a better place. I've got my thinking cap on. I know now what I've got to do. I can't change what happened, but I can make what happened better.
Wow.
So
Look, I'm smiling, and it's like it's hard to accept. And you know what's going to happen to me tonight is I'm probably going to watch this over and over again tonight, and I got to take it in, because I don't think anybody really realizes that I am not an actor. I am not like writing things down and scripting it and writing, oh, I'm going to say this tomorrow. No, it doesn't happen like that. And that's why I used to do lives like all the time, because I'd be like, oh, I'm going to do a live because I don't want people to forget about me, because I'm trying to help people out. I stopped doing lives because I started like, no, it has to be solid. It has to come straight from my heart. And it has to come from, okay, people don't want to get religious, but it has to come from God upstairs, because I'm not saying he talks to me, but he does talk to me. He talks to all of us every single day, you know, and you just got to find yourself and just be yourself. And you know what? If it means just being yourself and you don't want to put makeup on that day, who cares? You're still that person, man. It doesn't change what you feel on the inside. Your guests are awesome. You know what? They made my Christmas card list, because they're just, you know what? It's such a refreshing. It's so refreshing. I needed this tonight. I really did. I mean that straight from my heart. I'm glad I'm here tonight. More than you can imagine. More than you can imagine.
I'm so glad you're here, George. I love hearing this positive reaffirmment for you, because I see it. I see what you do, and you're right. It's work of the light. It's work of God, and I truly agree with that too. You know, God talks to people in different ways throughout the entire day. He gives you what you need when you need it. Just
Right.
like Melinda used all the tools at her disposal to help a family, and it happened to be your videos. And I truly believe that all of that positivity comes back to you in spades, and it's happening now. It's so great. You know, you're doing big events too with Natalie and
Yeah.
Texas Paracon, which
Yeah.
is truly amazing. I can't
Right.
wait to go. I mean, I can't wait to
Are you
be there
going?
with everybody.
Are you
Of
going?
course I'm going to be there. Of
Oh,
course I'm going to
yeehaw.
be there.
That's 2 words for you. Yeehaw. I
That's
mean,
it, bud. That's it. I mean, like I said, Melinda has put together all these guests that I truly have to meet in person, because I've made so many connections with them just talking. Like, I'm connecting with you now, and I feel this great connection between us. Like Ernie last week, and you know,
Yeah.
I've met so many people that were so great that I feel like I have to meet them in person and really tell them what they've done for me in that aspect. You know, it's truly a great thing, and it's so awesome. And like I said, there's no such thing as coincidence. This is all happening right on time, that I'm meeting all
Absolutely.
these people. I think it's such a great thing, because I was really green in paranormal, and that was only 6 months ago. Melinda
Right.
has introduced me to so much, and like she's still teaching me to this day about everything. It's you know, I a true debt to her and to you guys, just for being like the pioneers of all this stuff, to show me the right direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the only thing I can say about that is, you know, and again, it's just my opinion, is just don't investigate like anybody that's doing it on TV. Do it your way. You know, do it your way, because your way is the right way for you. You know, I was guilty of that. You know, I fell in love with Ghost Adventures, you know, like everybody else in the beginning. It was the first show that came out. Everybody wanted to be just like Zach, wear a black hat, wear a black shirt, you know, whatever. And, you know, then you come to realize, wait a second, I can't be, not that he is, I'm not the loud one, like, talk to me, blah, blah, blah. You know, I'm not that. So what I'm trying to say is, look, I don't have the right words, but I will say to you, 6 months or 6 years, it doesn't matter. You're still a paranormal investigator, and you may just find the greatest answer at a location that no one else has ever gotten, because that spirit is going to trust you more than he trusted myself or whatever it may be. So that's just my opinion.
Well, I'm going to say I hope so, but I know what you mean, though. I can only be me.
Yeah.
There's
No,
nobody else I can be. I mean, I can be, just being on camera like this all the time too exposes that, because there's certain instances where you talk to people, and then, you know, you could always sugarcoat stuff, but I tend to be very forward and blunt about things. I don't know.
Oh,
I mean,
it gets me into trouble, because that's I don't mean to interrupt you. That was rude of me, but
no,
I
yeah.
just point just on what you're saying, because, you know, that's the one thing, you know, when we're children, you know, we grow up, I want to be a fireman, or I want to be a policeman, or whatever it may be. And, you know, you get to an age, I want to be just me. And I know that sounds really ridiculous, but no, in a way it doesn't. Because as soon as if you fall in love with yourself, if you love yourself, you're going to be able to love brothers and sisters and people out there, no matter what color, no matter what they do for a living, no matter who they are, how tall, how fat, how skinny, it doesn't matter. If you love yourself, you're going to love people so easily to love others. And it sounds, I know it sounds really ridiculous, but if you give it a shot, I assure you, if you love yourself first, you're going to be so happy. Just love and don't be so hard on yourself. I'm a different type of paranormal investigator. I love to investigate, but I also try to, educate, not, and what I mean by that is I faced all this cancer crap at one time. I faced, at, age 9 or 10 years, I think I was 11 years old, man, on my birthday, I got shoved in a locker on my birthday because I was 4'10". I was this little guy about the size of a pinky. And, I've been bullied. I've been through it all. And, and I'm not saying that, that made me who I am today, but it sure hell has helped me that I don't like seeing people get bullied. I don't like seeing people be disrespected. And I do believe in para-unity, but if I was a bowler and not a paranormal investigator, I'll be a bowler unity. I mean, that's all it is. It's just a word, it's just a word.
Absolutely. I feel like I'm an unapologetic truth seeker. That's something that and it doesn't matter how big you are. I'm 6'1", 200 pounds, and I was bullied growing up. So, it's not like.
Oh no, I'm 5 foot. I'm 5'5", a little Italian guy, man.
I got a lot of Italian in me too. But I got the tall end of it. I'm actually the smallest male in my family at 6'1", believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Stud muffin.
Okay, George, tell us about Texas Paracon. Let's get that out there.
Let's get that out there. Natalie Jones, how you doing? If you're watching this now or never, or later on, is we got the Texas Paracon that I've been invited to. That's going to be August 13th and 14th of 2021. And that's going to be of course, in Dallas, Texas. It's what's great about this whole thing is the lineup. Now, I don't have the lineup in front of me, but if you're able to get on the Facebook or just punch in, Texas Paracon, I'll tell you what, the lineup is everybody that you see in the paranormal field. And I'll tell you, one thing about this, what I love about this is some people don't like this word, but I do. I'm standing by it. It's para-unity. And it's going to be filled with 6,500 people. It's going to sell out. And you know what? It's going to be filled with people that are there for the right reason. And you know what? It's one thing you don't want to do is miss this, because if you miss it, you're going to regret it. And I don't mean that rude. I'm just saying that you're going to regret it because it's going to be talked about for years to come. Natalie Jones has put this together. I am going to be a speaker, but not like the big dogs. I'll probably be on the stage in the back of the building somewhere in the alleyway. But I'll be talking to a few people, and then Natalie and I right now, what we're doing is once a month. What we're doing now is getting the guest on a show, and we do exactly what you guys are doing, and we'll get all the big name guests, and we get them on and let people get to know them if they don't know them. If they don't know them, it's okay. It's the fact that you're going to get to know them. So Texas Paracon in Dallas, Texas, 2021. It's something to look forward to. Get your tickets as fast as you can, because I'll tell you, it will sell out. It holds 6,500 people. It will sell out 100%.
Yeah, it's going to be something amazing. I try to keep up with what all you guys are doing. Now, I'm going to shift gears a little bit. Tell us about when you were on Ghost Adventures.
Oh man, well, Ghost Adventure, that was fun. Okay, so I was on season 16, episode number 3, Kennedy Mines in Jackson, California. What happened was, how I got a hold of that, or how that really happened, I was in an investigation, I don't know, months and months prior, and something happened to me on camera, and Ghost Adventures found out about it. No, I didn't send it to them, but they found out about it. And I ended up doing an episode, like I said, Kennedy Mines with Ghost Adventure with Zach. I was with Billy J, Aaron, and of course now the newcomer, Dakota. I was able to work with Dakota for 5 days. It was a location that was, what happened to me in a nutshell is I got scratched coming down from the 3rd floor. And I do believe the night before, what we did, we were playing poker, kind of like a trigger object with the spirits. And I was sitting at this poker table, and I was dealing cards. And back then at the Kennedy Mines, they were mining gold, silver, all that good stuff. And I sat across the table. I was playing cards with the spirit. We dealt cards. I didn't know what I had, and I didn't know what he had. And I throw chips in. I said, I'll tell you what, I'm going to throw in my gold ring. And I took my gold wedding band off, my wedding ring, put it on the table, and I know I could beat your hand. I lost the hand. Okay, now I lost the hand. And because I think I had maybe, I don't know what I had anymore, but he beat me. The spirit beat me. And this is just a trigger object. I was just trying to create something to happen. Well, I took my wedding band back and I lost the hand to the spirit that I think why I got attacked the next morning. I do believe the reason why he attacked me, my opinion is this, is I took my wedding band back. I lost a hand. It's kind of like in the cowboy days. If you lose a hand, you cheat or anything like that, you're either going to be shot or shot. And there's nothing you can do about it. So I do believe going down the stairs, what happened to me was I got scratched because of that. They were really mad at me. So getting to work with Ghost Adventures, I went a little direction on that one. It was probably the highlight of my paranormal. It's not there's no paranormal career, my paranormal journey. And you know what? I had such a blast with these guys. They taught me so much what to do, and they taught me what maybe not to do. That's about it. But Ghost Adventures is to me probably one of my, if not my favorite show. And you know, I love it. And now I'm a big fan of Destination Fear with Dakota Landon with his sister and his friends, of course. Now, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
that-
I had a good time. Don't get me wrong. I mean, and please don't take this wrong. Being lucky enough, if I may, being able to be on Ghost Adventures, it was like a two-sided, how do they say, a double-edged sword. I had some people not too happy that I made it on there that they didn't, or vice versa. Don't take this wrong. It's kind of like with you, Melinda. You have so much ability. You know, there's people out there that like, oh my God, I don't want her to be better known than me, let's say.
Right.
And that's what happens. And that's what's so sad about this field, because instead of encouraging, they want to discourage you. And you know what? That's what happened to me with Ghost Adventures. And you know what? It took me through a tornado, man. I had a bad time, but then I grew some thick skin. I talked to some really good names. I talked to Zach. I talked to Aaron. I've talked to Dakota. I've talked to, well, not Billy and not Jay too much, but you know, they told me like, just grow thick skin. It's going to happen. And you know what? It's like anything, but the paranormal field is, I'm not trying to knock the paranormal field. I love the paranormal field. I wish that everybody would just be more so fans of each other. You know, I want everybody to be fans of everybody, if that makes any sense.
Yes, most definitely. Because just like you said, you said it exactly the way it is. You hit it right on the head, and I feel the same way. I wish people were more about being as one, as being separate.
And that's what's so sad. It's, you know, some people are probably going to give me some messages tomorrow, but you know, George tells it how it is. You know, I've earned my stripes, man. I've earned my stripes, not just in the paranormal, but just being a human being. And you know, if we could just, just treat each other with, just be nice, man. How difficult is it? I find it more difficult to be mean to people. I don't want to be mean. Why is it so difficult for someone to say, hey, man, Melinda, you know what? You're a friggin' rock star. Man, you're awesome, you know, and instead of maybe finding something negative, you know, so.
Well, that's the unapologetic truth, to go full circle. And instead of actually looking at somebody like, you know, I want to achieve more than them, why wouldn't you see them as a tool to help you achieve the answers that you're looking for? If they have that ability, you look at them as an asset, not as a competition. You know, that's a big deal. Anybody can help anybody. All you have to do is ask for that help.
That's it.
You know,
I
and
mean,
that's the bottom line. And it's big heads get in the way of motivation forward, and movement forward. I truly believe that, you know, and it's sad, but it's hurtful for a lot of those people because they're only trying to do their best. And George, I'm on board with you. I believe that we should all be fans of each other, and I truly will get behind the para unity any way I can, because I believe that it should be that way, no matter what the situation.
And it may, you know, and that's one thing that people don't seem to understand what about para unity. And I've said this 100 times at least, is it's not about the million trillion people that are in the paranormal field. It's the people that you decide to surround yourself with in this paranormal circle. If it's 5 people or 10 people, and if you all get along like we are tonight, well, okay, I think that would be called para-unity. It doesn't mean everybody. It's the circle that you surround yourself with, and you have a good time with it. I'll tell you, one of the people, I have to say this, one of the people that I did, and I'm not name dropping, I'm not that type of guy, but I have to say that I got to work with Elizabeth Saint on my birthday few years ago, and she showed me so much direction in the paranormal that's why I am who I am today. I got to give her props because she showed me tricks of the trade. She showed me, George, what you do is you walk into a room and you follow your energy. And as soon as your gut feels something, stop right there, take an EVP, do whatever you want to do, because, you got to feel the change of the pressure being a paranormal investigator, or in life, or in general. So I wanted to make sure I said her name because she is such a star in my life. She showed me so much. So sorry. I had to throw her name out.
No, that's incredible, and hopefully I really would love to work with her one day, and you too, George. But, it goes back to your mother's sayings of mind the company you keep. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's really what it comes down to, is you just have to mind the company you keep. And hopefully while you're exploring with these people will show their true colors, and you know who to weed out and not to be around. That it's going to cause complications for you. Not saying that they're bad people, but sometimes people don't get along with people, and that's okay too. But to make it an issue, that's a different story. That's you taking it too far,
Right. No, I absolutely, I agree with you. And, I know I can take it. I'm not trying to take a different level, but you're absolutely right. I mean, it's in this field, we have to be adults, and, and that's what I'm not seeing. I know everybody says the drama or the high school drama, blah, blah, blah. We're all adults. And you know what, that's the one thing that the paranormal field needs to understand, that we're all adults. 40 or 50 years from now, we're all going to be dead and gone. So let's have fun. Let's have a good time. Let's meet as many people as we could possibly meet and make a difference in your life, my life. Let's make differences in people's lives. If it means, like the lady said earlier, she listened to what I said about not that I was telling her to do it, but the whole mirror thing. It's not an act. You go to the mirror and you tell yourself, you know what? I love my life. I love my life. And I assure you, and I'm not a preacher and I'm not a teacher, but I'll tell you, if you tell yourself you love your life, I assure you, if you say it without lying to yourself, your life is going to love you right back. I promise you it will, because it's going to make you a happier person. And once you love life, life is going to love you right back. And it may not happen like that minute, but something good is going to happen. Something good is going to happen. And you can't blame it on what George asked you to do. You just got to love your life, but you got to mean it. You've got to mean it. And if you mean it, your life is going to know that you're not joking around. I'm a true believer. If you throw it in the atmosphere and you love your life is going to love you right back. It's so simple. It actually makes me so ill inside, because that's all you got to do is just love the life that you have and don't worry about anything else. God, I talk way too much, man.
We love it. Are you kidding me? I love this right now. I'm sure Melinda's having a ball too. I see the smile on her face through the Zoom over here. It's awesome.
Oh, no, man. It's just, Melinda's taught me a lot too. I mean, I've never met Melinda. I was supposed to meet her in New Mexico a couple months ago at a Paracon. She didn't end up going for whatever reason. The weather was bad, et cetera, et cetera. But you know what? I met Melinda, and we've had this relationship. If it's just a screen, so be it. It is what it is. Right. But she's a good lady. She makes me feel good. And you know what? Her smile alone, that little smirk she has right now, there it is. It's $1 million. It's $1 million smile. And, that's the one thing that, you know what? It's, some people may hate it, but who cares? I think it's gorgeous. And you know what? That's all that matters, is what she's dealing right now, is that beautiful smile of hers. And it's going to come in 2 seconds. 1, 2.
Stop.
There it is. There it is. He called it.
Well,
go ahead, Melinda. I'm sorry.
That's sorry, okay, guys.
No, George, you and Kara, you have played a big part in my life since I've met you. And I think about you two every day. And so, I know everybody's busy, you got work, you got this and that.
Yeah.
And same thing with Rob. I mean, Rob came into my life, and we've just been good friends ever since then. But you have made a big difference in my life, George. Your positivity, how you tell me to ignore people that may say this or do that. And I've taken your advice. And because of that, it's led me down a road totally different. And I'm more positive. I'm more, that's what I try to put out as positive to everybody. And some of that is due to you.
Oh, well, thank you. You know what? You made my Christmas card list. I'm gonna go buy some more Christmas cards. No, but no, thank you so much. But it's like, I don't think of things what to say. I'm not trying to say the right thing or anything like that. But the one thing that we all have to understand is, don't always feel like you have to have this line of people follow everybody. Make your own footprints in the sand. And I assure you, one day if you turn around, you're gonna see people follow you, not because of it's like, oh my God, because they're gonna believe in you. They're going to trust you. And you know what? It's not the size of your circle that makes you popular. It's the size of your circle that people love you, that makes you feel good inside. And you know what? I love my circle. It's very small. And my circle tonight is you, one, two, I think there's 3 of you here, and myself, and my wife's in the back room. It's just, we all go through life thinking the more people in our lives, the more popular I am. I'd rather take 3 or 4 people in my life and know that I could trust them. And know that I could just, I could love them and I could trust them. There's one guy that Trent, I think Trent said this, there might be your friends, you think they're rowing your boat, but they're actually, you think your friends are rowing you, but they're not. They're drilling holes in it to watch you sink. I didn't come up with that, but it's like, it makes so much sense. I've had close friends in the paranormal try to, they were my friends, and all of a sudden, what'd you say? Come on.
Right.
So it's too bad. But it is too bad, because I love my life the way it is today. And you know what? I wouldn't change anything about it. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy that the holidays are coming up. I'm happy to be here on the show tonight, because I probably spoke more of my mind here tonight than I've done in a long time.
Well, there's no such thing as coincidence too. And there's a few things you said tonight that were profound to me. And I like it because you speak from your heart. Yeah. And that truly is a gift, being able to do that. Some people can't be so open. Some people need that facade up in front of them, or they have to put on a front. And I respect it 110%, man. I do.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate you, man. I mean, I really do. I really do. And I'm not gonna search for words. I'm just saying, I told you in the beginning of the show, I'm a fan of you. I love how you carry yourself. You carry yourself with such great words. You're easy to listen to. You're just you don't realize how big you are. And I don't think Melinda knows how big she really is. And, we're all playing the part. It takes 9 people on a baseball field to make a team. This is what made a team tonight, was the 4 of us. So that's how I look at it.
I love this team. This team's awesome.
Yes.
I wouldn't have had it any other way, man. For real.
No, it's badass. I love it. Oh, there's $50. Sorry.
That's all right.
Sorry about that.
We're not censored here. It's okay.
There you go. All right, there you go.
Well, let's see if I have anything else I wanted to ask.
Sure.
Okay, what is your favorite piece of equipment to use?
No, that's a great question. All right, I'm going to say, like everybody else says, me. What I love. Okay, now I used to get hooked up with the bells and whistles. I got to buy this. I got to buy that. I got to buy this. They look really pretty when the lights go off, kind of like fireworks. You give that ooh, ah factor. I got away from all the bells and whistles. My favorite equipment is probably most definitely a piece of paper, a pen, myself, a flashlight, and an EVP recorder. I think information, you need to write down data. I do believe if you carry a piece of paper and a pen or a book or a notebook, write down if you start getting stuff, you need to have that documented, so you can say, well, I got this EVP at 5:55 at PM. And if you return to that location again, see if you get the same EVP at 5:55 the next time you come. But to answer your question, probably myself. I have such confidence in myself now that, we've all had that gut feeling inside. I've said this for an example. I know for a fact I stole a candy bar when I was a child. I'm not going to lie. I stole a candy bar from a grocery store. I got caught. All right. I got in trouble by my mom and blah, blah, blah. But I assure you, something told me inside not to steal it because you're going to get caught. And back then, that's when I knew. I mean, we all had that gut feeling ability, and I should have listened, and I didn't. So I go with my gut, and I go with an EVP recorder as a paranormal investigator. And, that's about the best thing I could say. I hate seeing people that are new in the field thinking they have to go spend hundreds of hard-earned money, to have this thing that lights up. I don't say it doesn't work. I just say you don't need it. I just feel if you're going to go buy stuff, don't do it. Wait, just wait it out. Find out what you have first before you go buy something. So I answer questions seriously so bad because you ask me a question and I take it to like 20 minutes of levelness. I'm like, I talk way too much, man. I'm so
No.
No,
sorry.
brother, that's a good thing. And I actually have another
Right.
question for you too.
Yes,
And I
sir.
ask everybody that's a paranormal investigator that comes through the show this same question. It's a question based on theory. There is no wrong answer. There's no right
Yeah.
answer.
Gotcha.
Now, we know that there are entities from the other side
Yes.
that we connect with when we go on investigations.
Right.
Why do you think they're here? How do you think they come here, or what is the why? What draws them here, and what are they telling us, or is there a message that they're giving us?
Okay, so okay, to answer your question, I'll try to do a very short answer. I do believe they're always here. I don't believe it's always a building that's haunted. I do believe it has everything to do with the land. And you know what? I do believe when we leave this time of our lives, I do believe that we keep on walking the planet. I do believe that we keep on walking and it's part of the land. I do believe that, my opinion is I think spirits have the opportunity to talk to us every single day. But I do believe this now. Now, this is going to sound really strange. We see them as orbs, most likely. We see them as this ball of energy, different colors, white, red, blue, blah, blah, blah. What if they see us just the same? And what I mean by that is, I don't know. No, that's just my damn opinion. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong. But why doesn't it make sense? You go to an investigation today. You're in a bad mood. You're in a foul mood. I'm still going to investigate. And you're red. They see you as this red ball of energy that's an orb to them. And they want to stay away from you. And they would stay away from you because, oh my God, he's angry. He's mad. That scares me. What if they see light like we see light? They see a blue light, that means someone that's sad. If they see a white light, that means somebody is good. And they draw their attention to the good. So this world right now is so jacked up. We're all stressed out. We're all angry. We're all divided big time. So what if the spirits see us all, not all of us, not myself, let's say, but they see a lot of red orbs and they stay away from everybody. They just go somewhere else until they find that white one or that blue one. And to answer your question, I do believe that they are here all the time. I think they pick and choose who they want to chat with due to what color we give to them, if it's a white, blue, red, etc. I know it's not proven. It's just something that I came up with that makes sense to me. And that's why each time I go to an investigation, if I'm in a bad mood, if I've had a bad day, I'm staying home. I will only investigate if I'm in a really great, seriously, a good mood, a happy mood, because I know that the spirits are going to be just like you and me. I walk into a bar or I walk into a place, I have this frown on my face. I've had a crappy day. You're not going to come towards me. You're going to walk around me because I don't want to be a part of that guy. That guy looks like a jerk. Spirits see the same thing. That's my opinion.
I like that. I like the fact that it's almost like a mirror image. We see them as they see us.
Right.
I mean, I've heard so many different plays on this question, and I love every last one of them because it makes me think differently in that moment. And to me, that's important because I like to explore all different aspects of it. So I appreciate that answer. I like that answer. That was a good answer.
It's a different answer, and I'm not trying to drown it. I mean, we all see orbs, and like I said, everybody has their opinion. And that's, back in 3, 4, 5 years ago, I'd be like, that's a stupid opinion. But no there's no bad opinion anymore. We all have our opinions of what we believe in. I like pepperoni pizza. Somebody likes mushrooms on the pizza. I don't. I like McDonald's. You like Burger King. We're all here and we're all equal and we all give something back. And I hope that did make sense with the orbs. I love
it. Definitely did. I just hope that the pizza doesn't have pineapple and ham on it. That's all
I'm
saying.
No. Wait, time out. That's my favorite pizza.
No. If you like it, then that's cool. Personally, I'm not a fan, but I respect the fact that you like it. But no, like I said, it's made me think on so many different levels. And you're right. They're all right answers. There is no wrong answer because we don't know. But if you're following that theory or that basis when you go and investigate, you're putting that into practicality, which means that it is right in a sense all the time. You know what I mean?
It works for me. You know, we get my
Right.
wife and I investigate. We don't belong to any teams. Not that we don't want to. We love to. We love being a part of every team. We don't like to be just. We've been a part of teams where, you know, oh, you can't investigate with this team because you're a part of our team. I made a stand. I like to meet people. I love people in general, and I want to take myself and my wife to other teams and have a good time and create relationships. And but yeah, I like the whole orb thing. It just makes sense to me. But somebody will say tomorrow, they'll be like, dude, that was really stupid. And I'll be like, no, but it's not. You know, it's not. Because I mean, what if you're angry? What color is angry? Red. You know, you see it on Facebook where everybody has this anger thing. If you say angry, this little red face pops up, right? Well, it was a little devil ears or whatever he has. But if you're really happy, it's the smiley face. It's white light. That's why they call it white light. You know, and that's how I look at it, man. And like I said, I'm glad that you don't have to say you agree with me, but I'm glad that you listened, because it's something you'll take home, or maybe you'll think about it for weeks and weeks and weeks, and you'll go to your next investigation and you may be in a really good mood, and maybe you'll get better evidence. I don't know.
Well, absolutely. And you know what? Everybody's truth is their reality because it's their perception on that reality. So that's your truth. And I appreciate everybody's truth. You know, the human condition has, and emotions play into their reality and their perception. So I love it, all the answers that I get for that question, because it makes me think, because you're thinking about it. And I love it. I love it.
Appreciate that. Well, I've seen a lot of your shows, man. I mean, I've seen who you've had on here, from Ernie to the Ghost Hunters. I mean, these guys are all top-notch investigators. Every single one of them, I'm a student to every single one of them. They're all teachers. They've gotten, you know, from everybody out there, from Daryl to Brian, Rochelle, Mustafa. You know, it's, I gotta make sure. Now that's an inside joke, guys. I didn't know how to say Mustafa for a very long time. So the only way that I know how to say Mustafa, I got to picture a cow, because Mustafa, and I don't want to screw up his name because he's such a respectable young man. But you know, I think, you know, I know you didn't ask me this, but I feel really good about myself, because what I mean by that is I as long as you keep on thinking, George, that you're still a student in the field, even work as an electrician, I'm a student. And as long as you are considered a student, you're always going to be just such a good person, you know, because anything can happen to you. I mean, I just love people, man. I know it sounds really stupid, but I just love people in general. I wish somebody would just take a little piece of me and everybody just love each other, just have a good time while we're still here.
Well, I love people too, and you should always be learning. We never have all the answers. You should, throughout your whole life, whether it be any subject, you should always be open to learning, because there's always more you could know. You know,
Absolutely true, man. Absolutely true. It's a true fact. True fact.
Well, George, we're winding this down, and I
Aren't
just
you
want
lucky? Aren't you
to
lucky?
no,
Aren't
no,
you?
no, no, because I love being on here with you. I love the way you said and you talk and you explain everything. I'm sure everybody else that's watching is getting the same vibes that I am.
Thank you.
And but I really truly appreciate it. You're an inspiration to me, and I just had to let you know that I truly appreciate it.
And I feel the same way about you. What you've done for me and made me feel good inside by reading, giving my reads. You've given me a hope. You've given me a journey. I'm not quitting. I'm not going anywhere. You are so powerful. And just remember that when you wake up, you're powerful. You're such a powerful person, for sure. Don't ever give up. And that pretty smile too.
Oh God, George, no, I will never give up. I keep pushing no matter what goes on. But
Good.
like I say, I'm sending your videos to numerous people that's having a hard time, and I watch them every day. So keep them coming.
Yes, ma'am. I will. I promise. I promise. Thank you.
awesome, awesome. And George, I just want to say that I so look forward to talking with you in the future, and conversing more with you and being a friend.
Yes.
And I hope to meet you when we go to the Dallas Paracon or Texas Paracon. I can't wait for that. And it was such an honor to have you here, bro. I really enjoy everything you do. So keep going, man. Just keep going.
I appreciate you. And like I've already told you, I said it 3 times already tonight. You know what? You keep on doing what you do. You have the great voice. intelligent. You're handling a rock show, and you guys are kicking butt, and I'm so proud of you. And I mean that.
Thank you.
I watch you, man. You're
Thank
doing
you.
a great job, all of you. But you're
I
a
promise
badass.
I promise that this will keep going, and I will keep at it for sure.
Just do me
And-
one favor. Next time in the green room, you got to have me some blue M&Ms.
I got
man.
you. I got you, man. I'm going to separate them. You got to tell me what color you like. We'll put them in a different bowl.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
Yeah, I'm a little
The
upset about
digital
that. But
green room will be set up properly. I promise.
damn it. Okay, we'll let it fly. We'll let it slide this time.
Okay.
Love you,
And
bro.
George,
Yes,
one
ma'am.
other thing.
Yes, ma'am.
We have got, when this is all over, we have got to do an investigation together.
Oh, we're
Mhm.
going to. You know what? Absolutely true. You know, even if you have to come up to California
Yes.
or vice versa. No, Melinda, my welcome mat is a welcome mat. You are considered family. You come up here anytime. If you need to get away, you know where we live. I love you. I really love you.
I love you too, George. You just don't know.
All right, I love you very much more.
Okay.
All right, cool. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for having me on tonight, man. I had a great
Thank you,
time.
George. It was an honor, man. Truly an honor.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
And with that, everybody, that has been another amazing episode of The Seer and the Scholar. And we will see you all same time, same place next week. Have a great night.
Good night, everybody. Take care of yourself. Remember, love you. Love you. Crickets. Quick, quick.